What's up, guys? Richard Spellman here, and I want to talk about a certain thing that's going on in society and social media, and it's a pretty big topic, and I see way too much of this going on, and it's kind of sad. And I'm talking about negativity. Now, I debate about making this video because I feel like people are going to be too offensive and going to take this too seriously about like what my views on like people being negative and like my opinions on things, but this is going to be my YouTube channel, and I'm going to want to talk about what I want to talk about. So, fuck it. Before I get into the video, I do want to give out a warning saying if you easily get offended by it or if you take things too seriously, just click off the video, because I'm basically just going to be expressing my own opinions, my own views on the topic at hand, and if you easily get offended by that, just click off of it. And I'm going to get into the two types of people that come into mind personally. There's other types of people who I think are negative, but I'm going to talk about the first two people that come up into my mind about negativity, and that's people who are too judgmental and people who are fake as fuck. The people who are judgmental should go without saying. It shouldn't really need an explanation of what this kind of person is. It's basically people who judge a book by its cover, pretty much. They look at a certain person with how they look, how they walk, how they seem, what their voice is like. They find the littlest things that they seem is like wrong or off about someone, and they already make assumptions about what type of person they are. And the thing is, most of the time, you'll be surprised that's not the case. I'm not gonna lie, like, I've been judged by the way I look probably like 90% of the time. Because like, I mean, ever since I've gotten like bigger, I've packed on a lot of muscle. I got tattoos. The way I wear my clothes, and everything, how I look, even my receding hairline that I'm very insecure about. But we're not going to talk about that right now. But yeah, people are going to find the littlest things to judge someone about how they look. People judge me for like me being muscular and having tattoos. People go up to me saying like, you're either intimidating or you look like you fuck a lot of bitches, which is not the case whatsoever. But I mean, that's not my words, that's someone else's words. And to be honest with you, like, that shit is kind of stupid. There are people that are going to be out there that is going to be judging people, and I've seen it before, and I've even had personal experience by people judging me on like what I don't even know how to do or what I do know how to do, and it's kind of stupid. Like, people are going to be judging people for example, not knowing how to cook. Like, you don't even know what goes on in their lives and if they even have the time to do that kind of stuff. Like, just because they don't know how to cook, they don't know how to swim, they don't know how to do certain activities, does not downgrade them as a person. Whether they decide not to go to college or go to college, it does not mean that you're smarter than them or not smarter than them. Because there's going to be different types of people who are going to be logical in different ways. For example, I don't think I'm like the smartest when it comes to the books or all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to the gym and training people and being in fitness, that's where I thrive. And that's where I know most of the stuff and where I feel the most confident in my abilities and my intelligence. But just because I'm smart in the fitness and I guess I'm a natural bodybuilder and I'm bigger usually than other people does not make me some dumb jock. Because a lot of people, I think, criticize me with that, saying like, oh, you only know how to lift weights. You just there for being like a pack mule or some stuff like that. And it's getting annoying. Like, people are thinking that I'm just dumb and I'm not smart enough. And that just because I lift weights and I'm big and I'm strong does not mean that I'm dumb. And just because you're taller or shorter does not classify you as a certain person. When I was using Tinder at the time, I've seen like so many girls on their bio saying like, if you're not 6 foot or taller, swipe left. Like, fuck off. Like, there's a bunch of guys that are shorter than 6 foot and a lot shorter than 6 foot that actually have like good qualities in a person. And for example, like, there's a bunch of rappers that are like 5'6", 5'4", 5'8", like, and shorter and stuff like that. But they're making a lot of money. They're pulling bad bitches, and they're living their lives. Just because they're shorter than 6 foot does not classify them as a certain person, or if they can't treat a woman. And that goes for us guys too. Like, us guys, like, sadly, and I will say this, 95% of the guys, like, they're not going to be looking for personality first. They're going to be looking for the looks. And just because guys, and I'm just saying, like, just because they have a pretty face, they have big ass titties, they have a perfectly round sculptured ass does not mean that they're going to be good for you. There are going to probably be some classified ugly people out there that know how to actually like treat someone right, who actually care, that actually is going to put in effort into people, either in friendships, in boyfriends or girlfriends, or dating in general, or just basically like anything, like any type of relationship that you can think of. Like, just because the way someone looks is not going to like classify them as if they like going to be good for you mentally, because there's going to be some pretty girls or attractive guys out there that are going to give you such a hard ass time, and that goes both ways. Like, and the thing is, it's like, just because like social media and like the power of social media, with them like classifying and saying what should be acceptable and what should not be acceptable, is really toxic. If I see one more post saying like a guy should be 6 foot or taller, or a girl should need like have a big ass or big titties or anything like that, or a pretty face, like, I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna delete social media. That is all I see. Someone's personality and someone's character should not be judged by the way someone looks. Instead of actually like, take this for example, instead of actually like talking shit or like whispering into someone's ear when someone walks by, how about you do something else and you actually go up to them and say, "Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you." Because I think you'll be pretty damn shocked about how the person is. Because maybe like they might be a good person, maybe they might not be a good person, but you never know until you try. So stop fucking judging people and actually get to know them. And people who are fake, my favorite types of people. I'm talking about the people who either cheat, who says one thing to one person's back and go behind them and say another thing, people who want to hide shit from other people, like all that kind of shit. And we try to make this as clear as possible. Don't be a fake ass bitch. If you're dating someone and you're losing feelings for them, just break up with them. You're going to be saving a lot more heartache, and you're going to be saving a lot more time for you both if you just get it over with and you just be honest with yourself. And don't be afraid about how someone else feels about it if you want to break up with them, because you're doing what's best for you. The other person doesn't have to like it, but it's what's best for you, and what's best for you is also what's best for them in the long run. Because in my opinion, I'd rather be with someone that actually is honest about wanting to be with me than faking their emotions the entire time and leading me on to thinking that they actually feel that way. I have a lot of respect for people who are like that. They're real and they're genuine. And just because like they're hurting someone like by ripping off that band-aid and breaking up with them, like they might hurt the person like temporarily, but you make things a lot easier for that person. Because let me explain. If you keep pushing off the breakup and you're afraid of like just ending it, and you just decide to just cheat, or you just decide to postpone it and just not put in your full effort in, you're just going to make things worse when you guys end up breaking up in the future. It's just going to be a longer recovery for the other person, and that's not cool. One main thing I want to talk about is the social media part of it. Now, don't get me wrong. We all have our emotions. We all get happy. We all get upset. We all get angry. We all get depressed. It's all a part about growing up and living. Like, we all live with these emotions. That's what makes us human. But there's the type of people who go on social media every day and talk about how depressed they are. Now, don't get me wrong. I am a victim of this as well. I, as well, would go on social media and express my emotions a lot, because with me going through lows of my life, through breakups, through heartaches, and just with frustration and depression, like, I've done it before. And this is why, like, I feel like I have the right to talk about it. The type of people who post on social media, like on Snapchat, on your Instagram story, stuff like that, always talk about how depressed you are and stuff like that. Like, I start to question if something is actually wrong with you guys. Like, don't take that the wrong way, but just hear me out. Because it's one thing if you want to post something negative and make it into a positive thing. Like, that's totally okay. But if you're going to post, like, everything on your story saying that you're upset, you're angry, someone cheated on you, all that kind of stuff, and you do it to the point where it's like an everyday thing or every other day thing, I start to question if something is wrong, because I feel like you're not actually trying to get help for yourself to make yourself feel better. I feel like it's just something called I want attention syndrome. And let me just tell you, 9 times out of 10, not a lot of people are going to give a fuck about what you feel or in how you feel or what you think. It's the sad truth, and I got to be honest because I was a victim of that. I thought people would care when I would post something negative, and let me just tell you, newsflash, no one gave a fuck. No, there was only probably like 1 or 2 people out of the 150 people that's on my Snapchat that saw it and just decided to swipe up and ask me if I'm okay or not. They just decided just to skip through and just be like, okay, whatever, bye. And the thing is, I kind of feel bad for those types of people because there's going to be people who I feel that are going to be posting all the time and they're not really going to be seeking the help that they need to feel better. Like, there's counseling, there's true friends that's out there that you don't need to tell everyone else about. Like, there's going to be friends there. There's going to be the few friends that should be your rock. And if not, do it yourself. Find a way to deal with it yourself, because when you post it on social media, all those people are not going to help you. They're not going to go to your phone and be like, are you okay? Everything's okay. And the sad truth is, that's not going to happen. And I feel like if that would happen, I feel like this world would be a better place, but this world is way too selfish. So don't be doing that. And I'm going out of a limb when I say this, but some of the people that do swipe up and ask if you're okay are probably fake as well. And let me explain. Because I can't say this because I'm not a female or supermodel status or something like that, but I feel like there are a lot of girls that are attractive and post that kind of stuff, and they basically just get a bunch of guys who are trying to hit her up. Now, let me say this with that. Most of those guys that are going to be hitting you up if you're an attractive female are probably fake as well, because basically they're not actually going to be caring about how you feel, what's going on in your life. They're going to think of that as a way to try to sneak into your DMs and seem like they actually care, when they actually just either probably want to fuck or something like that. They're not actually interested or caring about how you feel or what you're going through. So those are 2 types of fake people. People who are going to be posting about their depression all the time or I want attention syndrome on social media like crazy, expecting people to bow down to them and just go to them saying like, oh my God, are you okay? They're seeking validation. They're not actually seeking help. And then there's the other people who bait into it, who bite into the bait and actually try to see if the person is okay, and they're actually not. And look, I'm the type of person that is going to admit when they're wrong, and I've done that kind of stuff before. I didn't do it every day. There was like once every few occasions where I'd be like upset and I just post about it and just express my anger. And to be honest with you, I think that is okay as long as you don't make it an everyday thing. Like, if you're posting 5 days a week about how depressed you are, you need help. Don't go to social media for help, because you're not going to get help. Actually seek help. Go to a counselor, talk to someone. There's going to be people who do care, but 90% of the people out in the world and on your Snapchat are not going to care. So actually seek the help that you need. Basically, what I'm trying to say is don't seek validation on social media, because you're not really going to get much benefit out of it. You're just going to get a bunch of toxic, negative shit from it. Either that or you get nothing at all. And either way, nothing really good is going to be coming out of it. Also, don't go behind someone's back. Like, if you go behind someone's back, like, what does that tell you of a person? I'll tell you right now. It makes you a shitty-ass person. When someone is going to you about a certain thing, that means that person is trusting you with that information, and you should not go to someone else with that information. If you get that information and spread it to another person, that just makes you unreliable, untrustworthy, and makes you a shitty person. I see this happen all the time. Not a lot of people you can trust nowadays. It's getting harder for me each day to trust people with certain information, because I'm afraid, like, if I say one thing, if I tell one person another thing, they're going to go to one other person with that information, and then that one other person is going to go to another person with that same information, and next thing you know, everyone else knows about your business that you only want to tell one person who you thought that you can trust. And what does that make you? Like, don't trust, like, when you get information like that, that means that person trusts you, be trustworthy and relish that someone was actually able to trust you with that information. Don't go to someone else, because because that person is not going to trust you again if it goes around saying that person always told this person or that person. And I've learned that lesson the hard way. And so I'm the type of person that has experience with that stuff, so take my word for it. Another type of fake person that I want to talk about that I've known from experience is someone that takes something very, very small and makes it into a big, big, big situation. And that shit sucks. And there are people that like that actually want to like stir the pot and like just cause drama. Like if there's nothing like dramatic to talk about, they will make something dramatic to talk about. And that's toxic as fuck. One big thing could be eavesdropping on someone's conversation. Like there's been times when people have eavesdropped on my conversation, or I've witnessed someone else eavesdropping on someone else's conversation, and they make this big ass like situation with it. The thing is that though, it's like if you're not part of that conversation, then you shouldn't be listening or talking about that conversation that you're not even in. And you should just do something simple like mind your own damn business. Basically, what I'm trying to say is there's going to be a lot of like fake people, and they're going to come in different shapes and sizes. So basically, I want to say, don't be so negative. Don't be judgmental. Don't judge people the way they look, what they do. Don't go behind someone's back. Don't be fake. Don't cheat. Be honest. Be reliable. Spread positivity. Spread happiness. Because you never know what that person is going through, like when you're negative. Like someone could be having a rough ass day, and if you be negative to that person or shit on that person's day, then they're just gonna make it work. You're just gonna make it worse for that person. Like if you'll be surprised with like how much like a little bit of positivity and happiness could go. Like that's why I try my best to be as nice as possible and treat everyone how I want to be treated, because you never know what that person could be going through. That person could be having a shitty ass day, and if I go up and say like, hey, nice to meet you, have a good day, like I hope things are going well for you, you'll be surprised about how you can make someone's day like 10 times better just by being nice. So don't be negative, be positive, and just spread the love, man. Like just spread the love. Like this world is a beautiful place if you look at it the right way, and people need to be positive. And life is too short to be like shitting on someone's day, being upset. If you need help, seek help. Like you shouldn't be upset, and you shouldn't be having those like bad thoughts that you probably already are going to be thinking when you're upset. So basically, just have a good mindset, be positive, and that's all I got to say, guys. New videos are going to be coming out soon, and if you want anything else, if you want to add on to something with this video, put it in the comments or just talk to me. You guys probably have my number or my Snapchat or Instagram. But I might be taking a hiatus at some point. I don't know yet, because social media is getting to me. There's too much negativity right now, and I'm not in the good mood to be dealing with that kind of stuff. But at least I see that right now, and I know what I need to do to get better. So yeah, so just please like, subscribe, and yeah, just spread the love, man. All right, talk to you guys later. Peace.